I've been tasked today to introduce to you a man who has dominated the political arena for decades. Joining the youth arm of the People's National Congress Reform, the Youth Socialist Movement, YSM, and as he matured, he became familiar with all the major councils and arms of the PNC, and in time became one of the youngest general secretary. This champion of a man was educated at the University of Guyana, where he obtained a Bachelor of Social Science degree with honors. In political science and at the University of Kent, where he obtained his master's degree in international relations. His educational and political background made him an ideal choice for foreign service, which he joined in the 80s. Presently, he serves as the advisor to the President on youth empowerment, and myself as well as my colleagues here, had the pleasure of hearing him, and my favorite quote, see empowerment as not as a challenge, but rather as a tool to enable individuals to do and to complete their objectives. With this, comrades, I ask that you join with me to introduce Mr. Aubrey C. Norton, the Presidential Advisor on Youth Empowerment. Thank you.
Good morning. Mr. Chairperson, Minister within the Ministry of Education, Ms. Nicolette Henry, who has responsibility for youth, culture and sport, invited guests, all present. It's always a distinguished pleasure for me to speak at the end of any ceremony involving the graduation of young people. In fact, I am tasked with giving an overview of the program. I want to be as brief as possible to say, first of all, that this idea of a youth leadership training program emerged from the fact that as we traveled the country, we found a lot of potential youth leaders who were not exposed to training. As a consequence, we decided that we will develop this training program. This program is aimed at bringing out the talents in those who have talent and developing the skills of those who have the potential to develop the skills so that they could become youth leaders. In the process, we seek to teach them to be tolerant, to understand the importance of social cohesion, of working together, of team spirit. We also seek to instill some amount of patriotism and nationalism so that people understand that they are from a beautiful country called Guyana. As you would recognize from one of the activities before, we also seek to bring out their creative abilities. Our young people are teamed with talent, and it's our task to bring that talent to the fore. Of course, we believe they cannot achieve their objectives unless they have self-discipline. So we have focused a lot on developing self-discipline among our youths. And most importantly, to give them the tools they need to lead other young people. And that is why in this program they were exposed to leadership qualities and leadership, to management. They were exposed to public speaking, effective communications, decision-making, problem-solving, and a number of issues that we believe will contribute to the development of their leadership skills. And we decided it shouldn't be chalk and talk. So there were lots of discussions and issues which I have no doubt would have contributed to their development. In a nutshell, the aim of this leadership training program is to develop the skills of our young people so that they can go back to their community, work with other young people, develop youth organizations, develop themselves, develop the community. It's against that backdrop I wish to congratulate them. The only thing I've left out is events planning. We see a dear need for our young people to understand the importance of planning and planning events properly. So an integral part of this training program is that we withdraw from the process and the closing ceremony is planned by the participants. From the activity here to the preparation of the dining hall and the luncheon which you will enjoy after are all as a result of the practical planning session they have been involved in. It is against that backdrop I wish to say to them all, congratulations, and I wish you the best. Thank you.
As we continue with the program, it is a tradition of these youth leadership training programs that we elect a cultural director who plans and organizes a cultural collage of things Guyana. So under the directorship of Ms. Akila Day, please enjoy this section of the program, Guyana's Cultural Collage. The theme for this cultural display is that of social cohesion, inasmuch as we may have pride in emphasizing our differences. Being Guyanese makes us dominantly similar in countless ways. The status gained as a cooperative Republic of Guyana is a reminder of the harmonization of our peoples. This item is intended to remind all of us of the power we have to strive as one people, one nation, with a common destiny. Can we put our hands together? And it should be noted that the costumes on display today were part of the individual wardrobe from some of the participants. So one more round, hands of applause for the cultural display. Social.
Now, let's begin the distribution of certificates. Mr. Detty De Jesus will begin. Mr. Leroy Adolphus. This is Denelli Ambrose. Not here yet. One of them that are out there. Okay. I call her here. Just put her thing aside. Mr. Michael April. Nelroy Austin. Bibi Basant. Arsenio Beaton. I call Denelli Abrams. Sorry, Ambrose. How did I get Abrams? Sorry. Denelli Ambrose.